Ready? Watch this. I'll see this bottle disappear.
Queen is dead. Long live the Queen. Queen is dead. Welcome back to Give Her the Corn, episode 9. International tragedy set.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm Spencer.
I'm Josh.
The Queen's dead.
The Queen's dead, dude.
She made it 96 years.
Dude, that's actually insane. Long live King Charles. I don't
Cool looking dude in that picture.
We'll look into that.
He's just like,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
man.
a theory. I think she's been dead for a while.
Oh, for real, for real?
I think she might have passed away like a couple months ago, and they were like just trying to be like, how are we going to announce this?
Yeah.
Because she's been in power for like her entire life. She went through like World War II and all that shit. Like she's been through like the ringer.
I know. Sorry,
I was really looking forward to that Jake Paul fight though between him and her.
Dude,
I think she would have gotten him.
Dude, honestly, with also before we even start in this conversation, I just want to say I'm very low energy because I'm very upset. That will change later in the podcast. It is the new season of Rocket League, and I placed well, but you know, you just get one teammate that just kind of like shits on your whole parade. They're not that great at the game. They don't know how to be a teammate, and then they just get really mad at you because you're supporting them, and while they just do the most absolute bullshit, heinous, pointless shit in the corner, and then they start texting you and telling you that you're worthless and you're like the worst teammate in the world. I've had a long week, and that just was the cherry on top.
But at least I got 15 demos. so
yeah,
don't yell at me.
I just got off the game, and I was playing for like a couple hours, so. But yes.
But yeah.
I didn't know what you meant when you put that in our question thing when you said the queen is dead. Is the queen dead? I like didn't even think about that. Like maybe she might have died, and like they're getting ready for like a media, not strike, but like a media fucking.
It's just like a massive
missile strike,
backlash.
pretty much. Yeah, like a missile strike of fucking media.
Backlash. It's just I think they're probably just preparing on like how to have like society like how they're gonna react.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
I bet you Mel Gibson came out of his delusional state and was like, freedom! Scotland! You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, she died in Scotland. At her estate.
William Wallace is rolling in his grave right now.
Dude, so is her sister. Right? Is that the one that got hit by a car? Or some shit? But it wasn't really...
Her sister?
I don't know.
Princess
Someone the
Diana?
royal... Yeah.
She wasn't royalty.
Oh.
They didn't like her because she wasn't. So which the conspiracy theory behind that is why she was like assassinated.
Dude, I mean, it's kind of the same with Prince Henry's wife.
Yeah, because one of the prince. I don't know what.
Sorry, I sneezed. I didn't want to go achoo because I didn't want to spit everywhere.
That was so loud.
Oh, it was? I'm sorry. I went like this.
You're just like.
Oh, my bad. I'm a hurting unit, dude. I really am. But no, yeah, Prince Henry's wife is like darker skin, and I remember they were like, "Yeah, we don't like that."
Well,
so then he left. He doesn't even. I think he's
both don't.
Yeah.
Henry married what's her face from Suits. I feel bad. I don't remember her name. I don't even know if his name's Henry, but yeah, he married the actress from the U.S.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know what race she is. She's just not fucking white as snow.
She's not royalty.
And she's not white as snow. They
also had issues with the other prince that he married like somebody that wasn't royalty, and they're like, oh, you can't do this.
Yeah, one of the princes is married to. I'm just gonna fucking look it up. One of the princes is married to a woman of color, and I remember they were like, "Yeah, either you fucking get rid of this bitch, or we're done here." And he was like,
"No."
He was like, "I love her, so we're done here." Yeah, it's Prince Henry. Prince Henry, the Duke of Sussex.
Yeah, that's Meghan. What's her legal name? I don't want to see Duchess of Sussex. I just want to see.
She
what her
is.
full
No,
name
she
is.
is. Oh, her full name.
I want her full name. Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle. I just
Duchess
remember
of
her being
Sussex.
Suits. I watched Suits for a while.
Dude, yeah, and also I love all these things. Like, people, obviously there's like not much to like really talk about, like for like the whole death thing. Like, I mean, for her death, yes, there's stuff to talk about, but like legitimately all these articles just like Prince Henry, oh, Harry, that's what it is. I'm fucking stupid. Prince Harry's plane was minutes from landing when the Queen's death was announced. Okay.
I think it's his mom.
No, I mean, like, that's just such a dumb thing for an article. Like, Prince Harry revives, and like, so he like landed his plane. He was flying to Scotland, and then she like passed away. I don't know.
Tragic.
But I mean, like, dude, and then it's like, will Meghan Markle's title change because of the Queen? No, she's not part of the royal family.
Want to know?
I wonder.
Come to the
dude,
podcast. We'll give you all the relevant information you need to educate your friends.
Yeah, we're having Prince Harry on soon.
Yeah, next episode featuring Prince Harry.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to those nitty gritties with him.
Dude, I just like don't like. That's the thing. I understand, like, you know, people wanting to know. It's just like, what's the point? I mean, it's really important, but it's like, why are people so like hyper focused
People are
on
bored.
Like, what the family's doing? I was like, they're mourning probably, and then like, oh my god, his plane landed. Oh my god, fuck, I got. I'm like, okay.
Probably in the dungeon with
You know,
Igor.
yeah, you know, I mean, like, fucking my cat got fucking eaten by an owl, and my parents told me that he ran away because my dad found his body all torn up and then like hid it in the woods, right? And I didn't find out, you know, until that happened when I was in first grade. I didn't find out till I was a sophomore in college.
Then you also like push some cat's eyes into its head.
Yeah,
and just stay there.
Yeah, I said that on the podcast too. Yeah, I mean, that happened to me, dude, and you know, no one. I mean, he was only minutes from landing and finding out, dude. I was years from finding out that my cat was eaten by an owl.
You get in line.
Yeah, for real, dude. My life's harder, honestly.
But yeah, that's the question. Thanks.
So you think that she died or like way before, and they were just preparing?
I think so. I think they were just preparing for it, and then they were like, "We're gonna announce it today. Like, get ready." I could also be 110% wrong, which is probably the case, but
I mean, it makes sense, dude.
it just reminds me of, was it last year, or the year before? Like, it was either 2020, 2021, when in like March of that year, MF Doom's wife was like, "Yeah, he died."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh," and like, when did he pass away? And she was like, October of the previous year. And like, we did it for privacy and like to prepare for the backlash. I was like, holy shit.
Why is there backlash to someone passing away? Like, I don't understand like why.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm saying backlash in the sense of like, they probably just wanted like privacy and a way to handle it first.
Yeah, before you know.
I would say that for MF Doom's case, because he's very popular. Listen to his music a bunch, but like, they probably just wanted privacy in that situation. And maybe they wanted it in this one because they know that the second they try to have a funeral, there's going to be 50,000 people outside of that location, just like cameras and video cameras and all type of shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, because I think it's hard, like, when you die. If you die like as a famous person and it's like immediate, like Kobe and shit, that was really fucking hard. I know that like was affected a lot of people, and like, but it was like so immediate, so the family just like really had no time.
They might have had to prepare for like different backlash, like, I don't want to say like internationally, but like Ireland and all of that.
Oh, that is true, because announcing a death of a royalty means that they're like weak, right?
I don't know.
Because they have to transition someone into power.
That, and I just think it's like, I think there's like pretty bad blood between Ireland and like Britain.
Yep.
Like they just do not like, the Irish do not like Britain or people from Britain.
Yeah, because they own like half the country or some shit.
Yeah, and all like old imperialism back like hundreds of years ago with what Europe was doing, like they might have just had to be like, oh, you know.
Yeah, I do see that. I mean,
you don't want any, Irish car bombs.
So that does make sense. Irish car bombs, though. But it does make sense, like, that they would do that. That actually, like, yeah, no, because I feel like they'd have to transition someone into power, so it's like immediate. You know, like they're like, oh, like he's already settled in and he's done, like he's going, like he's already.
Yeah,
he's
they might.
already.
Like if they have like political discussions over there between like, I don't know, royalty families of what they're gonna do, they might have like prepped him more. So like when he comes in, he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna fall for any of this bullshit or like have you guys push me around because I know what the fuck's going on now.
Yeah, I think like even, dude, imagine like having to have that conversation. Like you have a family member die or like, you know, like whatever, and you immediately they're like, all right, she's dead, but we have to like get down to business. Like, you know what I mean? That must fucking suck.
We're gonna have the royal ball this year.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff. But yeah, first question. Josh is low energy, as I said before.
Yeah,
so.
dude. I mean, I just wanted to make sure. The only person I care's opinion is Obama. So I looked up Obama's tweet, and I
Did
thought,
he tweet?
Yeah, dude. Like so many of you, Michelle and I are grateful to have witnessed Her Majesty's dedicated leadership, and we are awed by her legacy of tireless, dignified public service. Our thoughts are with her family and the people of the United Kingdom at this difficult time. And that was just his tweet, and he fucking wrote an article, bro.
Oh damn.
Yeah, man. I mean, because I was thinking about that because every time, you know, he would see the Queen all the time, bro. There's a bunch of pictures of him and the Queen. Just
Yeah, he was a world leader, so. I mean, I feel like if Obama liked her, then probably not a bad person, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Politics outside of the U.S.
Yeah, that's also like another interesting thing. Like for the U.S., like people complain, and I think the U.S. still is kind of like ignorant to it. But even like when I was in other countries and like living over there, they all study world politics because like everywhere is kind of close to each other and things affect people, and like we're kind of in our own like little fucking bubble and we think we're the most important, and I think that just kind of goes on. Like, you know, the Queen died and there's like fucking 30,000 memes, and like over there's probably like more turmoil than like we actually like suspect.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that, or have a liking to think that we're kind of changing in that aspect.
I think so. I
Especially
think
if, like,
so.
pushing in a newer generation is just, I don't want to say it's like less bigotry, but it's less like
More informed.
woo.
I think it's more, even though obviously there's like arguments on either side of like politics here and things like that, I think we're more informed, but I think the thing we still lack is thinking that we can like come in and like save the day every fucking time.
Yeah,
Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it reminds me of, what was it? I don't know. I guess we just had always sense that we're always right over here. Like, what is it? There was something that happened a couple years ago where like a really big celebrity from like California or something like made I think it was like a tweet, or they posted about something being like, I just bought a dog farm in China and I just saved thousands upon thousands of dogs.
Yes, I remember that, and they got like.
And then people are like, you can't do that. Like, you're impeding on someone else's culture.
Yeah, and like
you
their
don't
food
like
and their food, dude.
Yeah,
They're like trying to eat.
Yeah, we like dogs over here, but I mean, over there, that's.
I feel like a lot of places you don't even have dogs.
Yeah, I guess they eat them.
Not even that. But no, I mean, like I remember being when I studied. I think I've said this before, but I stood, just to recap, I guess I studied abroad at the university, American University of Sharjah in the UAE. And if you don't know what that is, you'll just say fucking Dubai because it's easier. And I remember in my history class, 20th century history, I was the only American in the class, but there was people from Italy, there was people from like Saudi Arabia, there was people from, I'm pretty sure there was a kid from Korea, there was like all these things. And I remember when we were in the class, when we got to like the US part and we learned about Vietnam, he's like, all right, he's like, before we get going, he was like, Josh, and he like in the middle of class, and he's like, you lost the Vietnam War. I just want to put that out there. He goes, I've taught all over the world. I know you think you won, but you didn't. He goes, you're just told that you're told to have the pride. I mean, he's like, rightfully so, if any country should have that, but like, you're delusional to think that you actually won that war.
No, there's no way we won that war.
Yeah, we fled, yeah. So it's like,
we backed the fuck out. We didn't declare war on Korea. And we still went to war there. We went to war. We never declared war on
Korea either,
we couldn't
handle guerrilla warfare. I've never seen it before. So I mean, just things like that, and like learning that class, especially with him, and like the American University Stars and Reasons called that because they speak English, but all of the different, and it's like it's like this that school has the most different. What is it called? It's not. Is it not ethnicities? No.
The most like wide range of ethnicities.
Is that ethnic? Like I'm American. That's my ethnicity, right? Am I right?
I think I don't
want to say the wrong word.
I don't want to say it's a race. I want to say ethnicity because it's kind of just like
a place of origin. I'll just say the place of origin has the most, and they had 98 different countries that went to that school.
Yeah, so you're meeting people of all types.
Yeah, I met crazy cool people. It was just like, I think it was really cool, and there was Russian kids there, and I remember we learned about some stuff in Russia, and he was like the oligarchs and shit like that, and he was like, yeah, so this guy actually helped out Stalin, but in your books he's edited out in every single history book you have. I was like, this guy was pretty much like the power of Stalin, or like the mind, but they took him out because they didn't want Stalin to look like he was weak.
Yeah, it's just history's written by victors, so you're only gonna learn what the winning side says.
Yeah. But I also thought it was kind of...
World War II. Yeah. Germans were good.
Yeah, I mean... Dude.
No, they weren't. Cut that out.
No, I'm not gonna... No, it's a joke. It's just like, I was about to say, yeah, you're right. But it's just like, I mean, that's the thing. I think, like... Yeah, we get told that things are right and we did things correctly, and we're told that we're like the best country in the world, but we're like pretty far behind a lot of, like, almost everywhere. I think the thing we're first in really is like freedom of speech, and if you think that we're not, because you're like, people's Twitter you literally can say almost anything in this country, and that's pretty fucking wild.
Unless you're Andrew Tate.
But he doesn't even live here.
What?
Yeah, you live here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but I mean, it was even kind of embarrassing when I would go to my friends' dorms when I was studying abroad, and they would tell me more things about my country than I didn't even fucking know.
Oh, because like you said, we're written to be the good guys in all situations.
Yeah, they just knew so much about they knew about politics that happened the day of in our country that I just didn't, because apparently like they said that a big thing for like families to do over there, they just will sit around and like talk about the world situations, and they kind of like not make a plan, but they just like kind of like see where everything's going.
Well, they're educated.
Educated, yeah. They try to keep up to date, and like, but the thing was, they didn't just focus on America, and a lot of people think that too. Like other countries just focus, like oh, America's so fucking wild, they're doing stupid shit, which is, we do stupid shit, but they look at everywhere. It's not just us, and I feel like that's the other side of the coin. Is like we also think that when countries look at American history, if we even get interacted with by another country or a person from another country that gives an opinion, we think that they just like won't like stop sucking our dicks. Like they're like, oh my god, they get off our dick. Like it's our problems, not yours. But it's like, no, they're just trying to stay informed.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh yeah, I know. I just feel like our media is also so polarized that the only focus that we get from our modern media, unless you go out and like actively pursue it, like the headlines are just, the Queen was 15 minutes before landing his plane.
Yeah.
But she passed away in Scotland. But here it's like Joe Biden tripped going upstairs. You get like 20 articles about that, but like, is he senile?
Yeah, I bet like
and then Flint, Michigan still got dirty ass water, so
yeah. I honestly think, dude, it's probably the news stories over there are definitely like, how is the Queen's death going to affect like blah 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 blah, like maybe even the currents, like whatever. It probably is other things, and ours is legitimately Prince Harry's plane landed 50 minutes after he got the news.
How will the Queen's demise affect the common folk in these certain sectors?
Yeah.
And then the American media's Fox News, it's like, Joe Biden eats babies. It's like, okay, all right, Chief, calm down.
Oh yeah, dude. So, but yeah, dude. So I do actually agree with you. I think that maybe the Queen did die quite a while ago.
That was a good segue. It's a good wrap up. Back to the punchline. Long to the Queen. Queen's dead. It was weird, dude. No, I literally saw a video on YouTube Shorts before I knew it happened.
Like, for real?
Somebody had made a YouTube Shorts reel of like a small. I wish I knew what the video was. It was like almost like a small biography of what she did. They were like, the world just lost a World War II vet, and I was like, oh, there's not a lot left. You see one day and they're gone the next. And it was like Queen Elizabeth, and I was like, wait. And I had to like literally go look it up. It's like Queen died. It was like 7 minutes ago. I was like, dude, this guy's fast.
Dude,
put out a whole YouTube short.
Dude, I was working at a conference that I was at, and I was just like, my phone went off, and I didn't even look at it. I looked at it like hours later after I was taking a shit. I was just like, oh my god, the Queen's dead.
Do you remember when Trump was president, when like your phone would get the presidential alert, like every now and then, like your phone would like vibrate a lot and be like presidential alert testing. It was like It was like a test for Trump. We didn't even get that for her.
Dude, yeah.
You think that'd be something that they would have like?
We don't even get those for Biden, really.
Yeah.
You know why, dude? It's probably
he's also been dead for 3 months.
Dude.
Do you imagine?
Dude, I
no, he makes public appearances.
Dude, I think we got presidential alerts because Trump was making sure they work, because he was probably doing some fuck shit with some countries behind the scenes.
Dude, they had that raid on his compound.
Yeah.
And they got all those I won't call them secret, but like high security files that he just like had there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, like you got the keys to the nukes just sitting on your coffee table.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good segue. What do you think about marriage?
Dude, alright. Okay.
This question's been here for so long.
I know, dude. I think it was like one of the first episodes we threw that in. Dude, honestly, so right now, I think that marriage is an old construct. I think that back in the day, especially if you read the book, oh my fucking god, whatever. There's a book, and I will figure this out another time. But there's a book, and it's like about women like couldn't work. They weren't allowed to. They just stayed at home, and like you marry to get money and have all these things, and your husband like does this and this and that and takes care of blah 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 blah. You didn't have like the certain rights and all that shit. I mean, even like if your husband died or something, you became a widow. It was like so hard to remarry, especially if you got divorced. If they divorced you, you're in the shitter, bro. You're like gonzo. Like there's no point. And I just always thought that, marriage is just a legal binding contract to like prove that you're in love with somebody, and it really is just for the like people. And when I talk about that, a lot of people go like, oh, but what about like the person that chooses if they pull the plug on you or not, if you're in the hospital and they're like, hey, should we pull the plug, blah blah blah. Like Spencer, like I legitimately, there's a form you can fill out like on the .gov, like us.gov, and like some links stuff. I can fill out a form and make you that guy. You could be like the person that makes the decision in my life. It takes 6 months, and like the marriage really, and if you live with someone for more than 10 years in the same household, you're seen as a joint income.
Yeah, I know in Maine, if you're living with somebody for 10 years, you are like, you don't have the ceremony, but you're technically you're married to that person.
Yeah.
If you're in like an intimate relationship.
Yeah, I mean even if it's just 10 years, if you're living with somebody in the same household, it's like just seen as a joint income for tax reasons. I really don't think there's like much of a point to it. I think I could be like, this is my wife, I proposed to her. I would love, what I always thought, I would love to have the wedding ceremony, do the vows, blah, 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 blah. Just never sign the paper. I mean, you don't even have to have a wedding. You can just sign a paper and you're fucking married. That's how it works. Marriage is, the law can see that you are married. You are binded by law. It's a law-binding contract. It's legitimately a contract. It's not, and the thing is, now there's like, I feel like there's no, I don't need to, I mean, I'm attracted to women that, are, like they're self-sufficient, independent. Like, I mean, they don't really need me. They just love me and I love them, and we're a team, and like we can become dependent on each other. But like, if I were to die, you know, they're not gonna be like, oh man, I can't live nowhere. I have nothing to my name. I can't blah 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 blah. And like, I can leave someone in my will. Right now, it's my fucking sister, dude. The only person that's gonna get all my money is my sister, because I had to sign some stuff, and I was like, I don't fucking know what to put.
Damn, I've never had to do that. Holy shit.
It's a beneficiary.
Hmm.
So my sister's mine, and that's the thing. Like, everything you can do without getting married, you know what I mean? And I think that, and Ricky Gervais has a really good, I don't know if it was a comedy show or he just did like an interview about it, and he was like, I've been married to my wife for like 20 years, some crazy shit like that. He's like, we're a joint income, da 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 da, and it's like, we break up, like nothing, there's nothing to like break a contract, no lawyers, and da da da. He's like, I don't need a piece of paper to tell me how much I love and trust this person. He's like, she has access to bank accounts, she has access, so we have a joint account, we have this and this and that. You can do that with any single person. There's no reason to be like, oh, like, let's sign this paper, you know? That's what I think about marriage.
All right.
What about you, dude?
Oh no, I'm like on the same page.
Yeah.
Like I definitely like get married. Like the ceremony and all that like is great, and yeah, I mean, I guess signing the paperwork is like something you can do or do not do. Okay.
Oh, no, my shorts are riding up my balls.
But no, I'm on like the same page of it just being like, I guess it's just like that next step of being like, I want you to be my spouse. It's like a step that I think is, I don't know, but I mean, some people don't want to get married, they just want to like live together.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand not wanting to do that, because it's like, do I really need to spend 50 grand on a ceremony to prove that I love you, even though
that's fucking
we've been
crazy.
together for 12 years. We have like 2 kids together or some shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. I do want the ceremony. I would love to have.
Oh, I do too, 100%. The rings,
do.
all that type of shit.
But that's the thing. Like, here's the other thing. You can do everything. You can be like, we got married. We're married. You just never go down to the fucking city hall and sign something.
Go down to the town hall.
Yeah, dude. You don't have to do that. You can just do every other thing. And then if you get a divorce, you can even call it a divorce. But because, I mean, that's what it is. And when you have a kid with somebody, you don't. So if you have a kid and you're not married, the law still gets involved. And they get that one, because I feel like some people are like, oh, if I'm married, and we have these things together and we split, how do we do this? The law still gets involved. It's just way cleaner. Like if you bought a house together, right? And you break up and you leave the house. I mean, it's like someone buys the other person's half. You can do this and this and that. I feel like maybe, I guess it could be easier if you're married, but I think it's just more harsh. I think there's like harder hurdles to get over, like between splitting assets, and then like that's why a lot of people now is like a prenup is just like a normal thing, which I think it should be.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if you have kids and you split up, you figure out the kid situation gets figured out with the law, because it's like another human being that's below 18 that can't speak for themselves.
Yeah, that's what
legally.
I was gonna wonder, if the whole like child custody thing is tied to that certificate, because like what if the spouse is not great with the kid, and then you have to have like custody rights of being like, I get them 5 days and you can come get them on weekends or with supervised visits. But I guess that makes more sense for it to be a completely different legal dispute than being tied to a marriage certificate.
I mean, yeah, dude, there's so many kids that get pregnant at like 20, 18, 19, 16 sometimes, and the father leaves. They go through that process themselves. They're not married, they're fucking in high school. So, I mean, it's still a legal process you have to do. I just think that getting married, like a legal binding contract like that, is fucking ridiculous. But, on the other hand, it does, on some people's eyes, it shows that you don't trust them. That's the only problem. I think some people will be like, oh, you don't trust me enough to get married to you. I'd be like, no. I don't, for me, I don't think I mean, fuck the government, bro. I don't need a fucking
taxes.
I was like, I love you, bro, and that sweet juicy ass, and those voluptuous bosoms,
and Joe,
And I love those friggin' bosoms of yours. And I love your heart, your mind, your soul, and the way you carry yourself. Why does Why do I need to marry the government into this too? I'm not trying to have a three-way. It's just you and me, baby. That's how I'd say it.
That blouse you're wearing really stands out your bosom.
Yeah. I'll be like, we go to the pumpkin patch. You wearing that sundress?
That bosom pops, busts out.
But yeah, I think that's totally fine.
That bosom be bussin'.
But you know what's even more crazy as I say this? I've only talked to one girl that was like, I was like serious with, that was like totally like on the same exact page. She was like, you don't need to like, not like own me, but like, I mean, it is kind of a sexist thing. I mean, we're not getting that route. But I mean,
it is supposed to be ownership.
Yeah. You're legitimately just getting a glorified letter from the pound.
What?
Dude, I mean, yeah. But you know what's even more funny? I definitely am going to get married legally and everything. I know it's going to happen. I know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, would
also
like not
don't know
to.
a bunch about it because there could be benefits.
Yeah.
I think
yes.
tax-wise,
Yeah.
it's like it's good for you to be married to your significant other because like
Yeah.
tax benefit wise and all that.
Dude,
You can also get divorced and send your kid through college for free.
yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's like you get benefits from that. Like if one spouse makes less, then that spouse would just claim their child since they have less money. With like divorce being on the same thing of it, like you can basically go to college for free.
Dude, fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, because, okay, I will say,
people do that. I've known people who parents done that. They're like, oh, it doesn't mean that we don't love each other. We're not gonna like live in the same house and like not be your parents and like love each other. It's just this is going like we can't put you through college and like it's gonna like mess you up financially. We're like we're just gonna do this. We're not gonna publicly display it. We're still gonna wear like our rings and husband and wife, but like legally we're not together. And then like that person can get like so many benefits to get through college, basically.
So how about this? If you never get married and you have a kid, by the state you're not married and you're technically a single parent, could you get those same benefits?
I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe it's a fucking loophole.
I think it is a loophole because I think you get more benefits because like if you apply and be like, oh, parents, it's like, no, I have a single parent. I think you get those benefits.
Bro, I'm fucking another reason not to get married. Dude, I will say I had a friend and
another
the
reason not to have kids.
Dude, yeah. Fuck. That's another one.
Just kidding, I want kids.
I want kids too. Just to beat the no mind.
No, you don't? No, you don't.
No, I don't really. I'm gonna but the thing is I'm gonna have them, you know what I mean? I'm gonna hit the age of 30, I'm just gonna be like, damn, I want a me here. But I will say I have
to call on to episode 496 and be like, check it out.
Yeah, I'm like, look at this. I start bopping its head against the lens. I'm like,
grenade.
I know. Look at this shit. It was baking in the oven for 9 months. Actually, no, it'll be premature, so it'll fit in my forearm. Be like, look at this fucking thing. But
yeah, it's a little doughy still.
Dude, okay, two things. One, this one's quick. I have one of my friends, his cousin, when she was born, dude. There's a picture of her in her father's forearm, bro. And
was she a preemie?
Yeah, bro. That baby was like here. He was fucking crazy. How small that baby was. It was like smaller than his tattoo on his forearm.
They're small, dude. Premature babies are hella small.
That's what I want.
Oh, dude, you know that
you can carry it in a bag.
I almost had cerebral palsy. Yeah.
Like,
so my mom had me when like her later 20s. Yeah, like I'd be like the whole like can't move like Stephen Hawking stuff.
Oh, I'm thinking Parkinson's. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
No, not Parkinson's. No, I almost had like cerebral palsy.
Oh shit.
I didn't almost. There was a chance that I would have been born with it.
Were you preemie?
No, my mom had me when she was. Oh my god, she was almost 30. Well, she was 30 when she had me, and she had to go in and they had to do a test. They were like, we just want to let you know you're at this like late in, I guess, for age. I guess since she was like an older person, even though she's 30, they were like, he might have a hole in his spine. We have to go check to make sure. So my mom for like a couple days was like, oh my god, my son, like, the baby might be born with that, and they came back and like, no, you're good.
Dude, fuck. My mom had me when she was above 30, dude.
Yeah, it's just I think it's less of an issue now and like it's less scary. But like back in the '90s, that was something that was like.
Well, I was born in the '90s.
Yeah, you're Gen Z, I'm a millennial.
Still, I'm 99.
You Gen Z's think you're so better than everybody.
Dude, no, I mean, yeah, God just nerfed me with a fucking peanut allergy. That's all he did.
Can't go to Five Guys.
I know, dude. It's everywhere in the South, dude.
Missing out. So good.
I probably could go.
should
I heard they package the peanuts now because of that, because they want more customers.
just bite the bullet and just have your EpiPen with you.
Dude, I mean, I bite the bullet on a lot of things. A lot of times I look at something and I go, I've never smelt that before. Just do it.
I remember like eating with you a couple times, like, God, my throat's itchy right now. Like, shit, where's your EpiPen? Like, I left in the car. You'd be like, but I'd be like, oh my god, dude.
Well, yeah, it happens really immediate. That's why because I know with you it's soy.
Oh yeah, soy.
Yeah, every time soy makes my throat hurt. I
Yeah,
mean,
I have lunch early.
Yeah, I have a low intolerance to soy.
We get like lunch early, and all of a sudden, like it'd be like 4:30 in the afternoon. I gotta do shit.
Yep.
And you'd be gone for 45 minutes. Come back like, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, no, dude, my fucking ass was on fire, dude. I wouldn't stop shitting, and even the drive home, I'd be like clenching. It just hurt, dude. I'm allergic to soy as well, dude. God likes me. That's what.
Happy China buffet was always a gambit.
Yeah, dude, and they started making their lo mein instead of using a bindant thing they had. They started using fucking peanut butter, which made no fucking sense.
I kind of miss that place. It's been like a year since I've eaten there.
Dude, I have it written down. I don't know if you remember this conversation, Spencer. You definitely don't, but I have it written down on my notes. Oh. In December, in-person podcast for Spencer's B-Day, and then we're doing it. We're gonna go to Happy China. I don't know if we're gonna shoot anything at Happy China, but we're gonna get fucked up at Happy China and then do it. We should really put up a phone or something and be like, "Hey guys,
welcome to the Happy China mukbang."
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I would do a mukbang at Happy China.
We're gonna get volcano bowls this time.
Singular each one. No,
in person. I already told my mom about that. I was like, we're gonna have an in-person December like
special.
I'm just gonna like set up the propane in our furnace in the barn, and I'm just gonna set the barn up.
Dude, we should have like a little fire going. That would be sick. You don't have to lean down. We can see your whole body when you do that. There you go. They already saw you do it. It's over.
I'm not a nicotine addict.
Neither.
But no, I mean, we could do it in my parents' basement because we have a wood stove. And we can sit on either side.
Yeah.
We can sit on either side of the wood stove, and every now and then just like open it up and it's roaring. Just see the.
Dude, and we gotta do.
I'm bringing this camera with my dummy battery and my light, my mic.
Yeah, I'll go get my mic from my friend. He fucking has mine, so I'll go get it.
And are you gonna bring your laptop?
You want me to bring my laptop?
Because I won't have anything to record into.
Yeah, I'll bring my laptop then.
Yeah, because we just need something that's gonna we're gonna be able to input 2 mics and 2 cameras into.
Yeah, okay, then I'll bring my gaming PC, my gaming laptop then, because this one only has a certain amount of ports.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna set up like my phone.
That would be a good one, dude. I think that would be really fun. We'll have like Christmas hats on and stuff, and we'll have Christmas shit, and we'll have a birthday banner. Because Spencer was born the day after fucking Christmas.
Yeah, that's me.
So
and just so everybody can know, yeah, no, my birthday doesn't suck. I don't know any better because I was born on the 26th. Stop asking me.
I asked him that when I first met him.
Fucking annoying.
I was like, dude, you get double the presents, or is it kind of ass?
And it's just like I know no difference, so it doesn't. But I will say, if we do that in the basement, it's gonna be fucking hot.
That's fine. It'll be fucking cold.
Because I mean, it's gonna get like.
I'm wearing a robe. I'm wearing a plaid robe to this.
Then I would be wearing like a Speedo underneath, and that's it. Because it gets cooking, dude.
Dude, you know what we should do? No, I'll tell you this after. We'll do a
polar plunge.
No, we'll actually do it, but let's not give everything away. But okay, so
stay tuned. We're gonna do it live.
So okay, back to the baby thing. The baby thing with with all that, I just think I'm going to probably end up having kids. I know that because I know, like, dude, I caught baby fever in Tampa, and that freaked me out. Fucking baby looking at me, and she was like looking up at me.
Oh, especially like a little girl. Yeah, that's just like it's a killer for me. It's like, oh my god, it's like want to have like the little baby holder in front. Just
Yeah, I was gonna say, clean yourself up there.
This is my little girl.
Dude, please.
This is my princess. What? I want kids.
I know, it was just you're like, you know what gets me? Little girls. It really gets.
Oh, okay. Having my own daughter.
Yeah, there you go. You kept saying all that. Yeah. I was like, I was a little baby, and you're like, oh yeah, little girls. Those always get me. We should take that out of context. But I'm just saying. No, we're taking it out of context. No, the thing is, what was so great, like so weird to me and great at the same time, was this little baby girl was looking at me and like. She had a soccer ball because her dad was like, I want her to be good at soccer and everything when she gets older. So he's like, I keep putting it in her stroller, and she like kicks it around with her feet. And because he like puts it against her feet, she like kick it. So now she knows to like kick it. They're like dogs. So it's like, so the thing is, apparently she has an affinity. No, affinity's bad. She has a like she's comfortable around men with beards because her father has a beard. So she saw me and she like kept looking at me, and like, I kept giving her the soccer ball back, and I put my pinky, and I was like, hey, I wanted to touch her face because it was small. I'm not really good with babies. I was trying to touch and dude, and she just goes like this, takes her whole little hand, she just goes, it was like this big, you know, like only covered like that much. And then she went and fell asleep. I'm 7 mimosas deep at this bottomless mimosa place, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to cry. Like, I'm about to cry. I don't know why. And like, she looked up at me again, dude, and I'm looking, and fucking my friend Abby, she's leaning over, she's like, oh my god, Josh, she loved you, like, and I was like, I know she loves me. I was like, no, and then like her dad was like, oh yeah, man, she really likes guys with beards, like, cause you know me, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, oh my god, I want one of you. And then I yanked my finger out, and I said, fuck no, don't do that voodoo shit.
It's gonna happen, dude.
I know, dude, I'm gonna fucking get someone pregnant, dude.
Better be careful in Alabama.
I know, dude. Oh my god, I know, dude. Everyone here is like, what are you, 23? They're like, Jesus Christ, why don't we impregnate each other already? Hey, well, honest, Spencer.
Because abortion's illegal.
I think someone's up via TV.
No? Just going down the ice. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Stop.
Why?
That's a clip.
Stop.
Follow our TikTok.
Dude, yeah, I also...
chill.
Leave Brittany alone. I also do want to apologize for my energy. I feel like it's just... I'm not like... You know, I feel bad.
You should.
I do. I really do. But also, I actually think this is like probably one of the more smooth ones where we actually get like points across.
That's very smooth. It's very smooth so far.
Yeah.
But also, it also doesn't matter because I had that one episode where my energy was low, and it's like 2 hours of you just be talking.
Yeah.
And sitting here just like...
Yeah, you just got back from vacation or whatever.
I just got back, yeah.
Dude, I will say I just got back from a conference that I was at, and we ran it, and also amazing conference. If anyone from that conference fucking sees this, thank you so much. The compliments for the videos I made, you legitimately made my world. Really, everything was amazing. It was painstakingly, it was just pain. Like, doing that, waking up at 6 and being down by 6:15 in the morning, and then not going back to my room fully until, you know, fucking 11 at night was a little tough. And the 11, okay, I was supposed to be back in my room at 8:30, but you know, they have after parties, and I had to work some of the after party too. It's just, it was amazing. It was a really good experience. So thank you so much, everything that happened. If you even watched it, 'cause I think somebody that I work with watches. So thank you.
You make
so
me
much.
want to work a corporate job so bad.
You see my stories and shit.
No, I saw your stories. I saw some of your video work, and it looked great. You had that like one intro for somebody.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Yeah,
it was like the side panels. Like, that looks clean as fuck.
Dude, really, it was so great. The guy that spoke. Listen to this, fucking crazy. Be a public speaker. Get good at it. Get a TED Talk. Once you get a TED Talk, dude, your fucking price goes.
Yeah.
I can't say how much, but if you look at my fucking face and this dude I never heard of, holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, he was fantastic.
Awesome.
I did talk to him, and he like asked me about the presentation, and I was like, because I'm the youngest person in the room, and I said I really liked your presentation. It was like quick. They didn't have there was no information on the slides. It was like pictures that were like, like it relates to what he's saying, but he would be like, yeah, he like finish sentence, boom, finish, boom. And I was like, that kept my attention, even though I was actually running the program to make sure everything's on the screen for him. You know, I have to listen because I have to make sure I do everything right. But the thing was, I was like, that was really, really good. But the message was great. And his energy was fantastic. I just thought that sometimes it could get a little lackluster because like his topics were the subtopics to get to the main thing. It kind of felt in the beginning I was like, I get you. And then I think he started being like, well, no, for real, like I'm not lying to you, kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know you're not. You're here. You're speaking to like 500 people. You know, I fucking get what you're saying. And he's like, no, but listen, like this happened to me, and I'm like, you know, just keep going. But you got to fill time. I mean, I don't think he was filling time. It meant a lot to him. I could see that it meant a lot to him. But he loved the feedback too. He loved it. And he came up to me and he was like, hey, I've been trying to find you. And I was like, oh fuck, because I ran the thing, and we had one mess up. He took slides out, and he had black slides that were projecting on 2 giant screens. And he was like, why is there a black slide? Bro, you put them in. He like said that in the mic. I was like, and then I looked at the sound guy. I was like, turn that fucking shit down. What the fuck you talking about? And then he goes, and then he legitimately does this. Looks into the so we have like an area. I mean, Spencer, you know about it. You've worked live stuff, but you have the area where you sit. Sometimes it's in a booth, but ours wasn't. We had a booth, but it wasn't like behind a wall. You could see us. And he just goes,
production's going on.
From the stage, looks back. He goes, why isn't this working? And just stares right. Yeah, and I go,
you're like, fuck.
And I go, it is. So then I click the button for him, and he goes, oh, and he did it the same thing. He goes, oh, it's working. And then he double skipped a slide. So then I went back for him, and he goes, oh, sorry about that. You put a black slide in. That's why the screen went black. Not my fault. But it was great, and he thanked me. I had another person from a production company come up and say that intro for him was fantastic. It was amazing, and that production company actually worked with the ASL people, which was really cool. So I watched them light this ASL guy while the governor was speaking, and they were like, you know, all that, and
throwing out jiu-jitsus and
yeah. And then I have a video, and I'll try to show it next time. I'll load it in and I'll get everything in. I'll try to show it next time, because I have to take logos out of it, so you don't know where I was, and I can't share those things, but I can share the video. But I'm on a horse, and I'm in Daisy Dukes, and I had a coworker, I won't say his name, he's funny as shit, and he comes up behind me while I'm talking to a bunch of people, and he just puts his hand on my shoulder, he goes, you got nice legs.
So, dude, Josh on a horse probably wasn't in New York, though.
Couldn't have been New York.
What's going on with the horse being in New York?
You sit there and wait for like a point you can snipe in. You're like, I'm gonna make this transition.
I hear words and I'm like, I can go into this next.
Oh my god.
You were talking about like being south, and it's like, yeah, the south is nice. Josh lives down the south, but he also had a southern trip.
Yes, but that one's different.
Person, I was like, we're going into this shit.
Okay,
hard.
So this is my question for Spencer because he doesn't know about this. So right now, pretty much what happened. So horse-drawn carriages in New York. So pretty much like like tourist traps. You know what I'm talking about?
The Parent Trap.
No, you know what tourist traps are?
Yes, I'm
okay.
Traps.
So this I can't find like how many. So horse-drawn carriage industry in New York, there's been a lot of horses collapsing and dying, and the way they're treated in New York is like insane. And over the summer, since there's an influx of travel and tourists because it's warmer, horse-drawn carriages spike up from like a certain. I'm trying to see this shit, but this is mostly about voters, and horse things go up. Horse deaths also go up because it's so hot and they're not treated correctly, because instead of taking breaks and telling people they can't get in the carriage, person wants more money, so they keep saying come in. And the horses just started collapsing on the road, and someone took a video of it. So on August 10th, I wish I could, and I also don't want to because it's really, I think the horse dies. August 10th, 2022, a horse named Ryder collapsed in New York City, nearly died. Nearly died in the street in 45th and 9th in Midtown Manhattan after being worked in the brutal heat wave. The incident was captured on video. The horse is skinny, bone showing, and it can't move. And a cop came over and broke a fire hydrant, and they just started spraying this horse to try to cool it down.
Yeah, why work such a big animal in that intense heat?
And it's the horse that they're using is one of those Budweiser horses. They're like the expensive ones that are fucking gigantic.
This guy's called, I think it starts with C.
Yeah, I don't remember what they are, but they had a reform or a policy come out about horse-drawn carriages in New York, and right now 71% of NYC voters support the ban of horse-drawn carriages. And
that's fair.
And 69% of them said they've been aware of the mistreatment of horses before this ban. And 90% of voters said that the issue of animal rights in New York is very important, or somewhat important to them. So,
Clydesdale horses.
Yes, those things. Those are expensive ass fucking horses.
$2,000 a day for an appearance. $2,000 per horse.
Yeah, some of them probably aren't those. But
I mean, they're probably not like the Budweiser horses, but they're that breed of horse.
Yeah, and it's really, if you want to look it up, just look up New York City horse ban. Just look a horse ban, it will come up. It's a really fucking sad video. I had no idea about this. I've only been in New York once, and it was in a colder time, so there was no fucking horses out.
I was gonna say, it's like you shouldn't work that large of an animal in that setting. Like, if it's just winter tours of New York, like, okay, I think that's good to an extent, because they're big fucking animals. Those guys put off a lot of. That's one horsepower.
They're giant rodents, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
So giant rodents. What? But no, I could see like just winter. Actually, no, we don't need horse carriages anymore. We have cars. We have the Cybertruck coming out in 2023.
Yeah, and if you're in New York, you got a fucking you have a subway.
You got a subway, you got taxis. You can walk almost like anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's too far. You got Ubers and all that type of shit now.
Yeah.
Rent one of those scooters.
For real. Bird lift.
Go zip around and just
Lime. Seriously, I mean, that's the thing. It's fucking insane. And so my question to you is, first of all, I know you haven't seen the video, but
I want to see the video.
I know you don't. It's actually kind of fucking sad. Doesn't die though, apparently. But the thing is, the horse is still working. Do you know what I mean?
We'll find out in like 2 months when they say that horse died.
Yeah, but
so
the question for you is, like, obviously, first, like, should they ban it? Second, like, for that kind of movement, do you think they should ban that stuff everywhere else, or does it depend on how? Like, if you go to Idaho and there's fucking horses and that they're being treated well, and also there's not a lot of tourists there, do you think they should be banned in certain, like, metropolitan, highly populated cities, other than New York?
I mean, me, honestly, I don't see the point behind, like, a horse-drawn carriage. I know it's, like, supposed to be, like, romantic.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because I think it's just gonna take a big old shit. As you're proposing to your significant other, you're just gonna get heaps of fucking horse ass just wafting in your face in 95-degree weather. No, I don't see the point of it. I don't know why the fuck we still do it. I understand people using them like at ranches.
Yep.
Like to hoard cattle and like rustle cattle and get them over to their second planes, and like using the form of horse transportation as like a means of transportation for your job.
Amish and shit.
Amish, all of that, Mennonites, any type of society that uses horses instead of technology, which again you could also argue carbon emissions from cars. But when it's done basically as a novelty, I think it just loses that whole point because you're just using that animal to make a living. Like you're subjecting that horse to pull a carriage 15 hours a day to get profit.
For real.
And it's like, I don't think that's a good way to go about treating an animal. Just go back to dogfights.
Yeah. Cockfighting was sick, dude. You played the new Far Cry?
No.
Oh,
I haven't
me
played
neither.
Far Cry since Far Cry 3.
Yeah, me neither.
Classic.
But so you think they should ban that in like other metropolitan cities like that, unless you're using it for like, I don't know if Amish is religious, but like that kind of practice.
Yeah, also just don't do it in the middle of a fucking heat wave. Like that's just idiocracy. Like you're a goddamn bozo.
Yeah, animal abuse.
Yeah, if you're not like cycling out horses every few hours or carriage ride, if you're just subjecting an animal to 15 hours of hard labor for 12 to 15 hours, I don't know how long they do the carriages for. I know they go late into the nights.
They definitely do. Definitely. When you said 15, I kind of thought that was a lot, but then in my head I go, honestly, yeah, definitely is 15.
So, I mean, like that's just animal abuse in my mind to subject an animal to. Okay. White wine. Is it even chilled?
It's freezing. Yeah, chilled.
Okay.
This one's not.
Warm. What's a red? That's why.
I know.
You got a bottle of, what is it?
Okay.
Cabernet, Merlot.
They're cheap. Cabernet. I actually don't know. Oh no, it's a red blend. The reason I bought cheaper fucking wine because they have screw caps and I don't have a fucking cork opener. So, but no, I want to say, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if they could rotate horses out, but they can't. These are just peddlers on the side of the street trying to. It's like a homeless person asking you for money, which no problem with that. I do give money and everything. I don't mind it. Obviously.
Ew.
There's obviously people that aren't homeless that do that. I remember the like small documentary that a news station did about this guy in New York that was making like, I think it was like $1,500 a day, and he would just pretend he would pretend to have special needs and sit on the side of the road, and he didn't, and they caught him, and he pretended his fucking leg was broken or some shit, and then he was like walking back to his fucking like Kia Optima, like hopped in it. And
I've known people in Maine who have weirdly they followed that person when they left, but they see him go like into a new car, and it's like, oh, okay,
that's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah,
but yeah,
I think
I think it's animal abuse.
Yeah, man, and because that person is pretty much just a peddler. They have a horse, and they're making a bunch of profit off that fucking horse. And the thing is, that like, if they were like, yeah, this horse needs to take a break, guys. Sorry, you gotta give it like 2 hours. I know that's money losing, but also that's the fucking thing making you money. There was more laws around it. It probably wouldn't get banned, but it's gonna get banned now because fucking.
Also, in New York City, where the fuck are you taking that horse when it's done?
In an alleyway.
Yeah.
Shady.
It's like they have a big ass truck with a horse.
They probably do, and it's they probably do. And you know what? It's probably parked way outside of the city, so the horse, after it's done for the day, has to probably walk there because that's how they have to fucking get to it.
Yeah, they sit in the carriage and just let the horse take them there, and they get in there.
Yeah, and they're like, get your 5 hours of sleep, big guy. You're going another 15 tomorrow.
They come in at 3.5 hours. Oh, traffic's gonna be bad this morning. We gotta get in there early.
Yeah.
That horse is no. I think without cycling out animals and decent, like it's like a human being. You can't work a human being more than a certain amount of hours.
Yeah, that's
why
like,
verbal consent or written consent being like, yeah, I agree to work overtime.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know, horses can't talk, so they can't give consent.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, I'm going to break it to you, but horses can't talk.
Dude,
you should go to a hospital.
Dude, fuck. Dude, everything's talking to me right now, dude. No, but I will say a fun fact about fucking Josh over here, dude.
It's from Milo, Maine.
No, dude. I used to live on a farm, and we had 7 horses. And on a farm, it's fucking so totally different. We did have a camp, and we ran a camp through the company that my mother worked for, which was it was like a church Christian company and things. And then like they would have this church camp, and we actually had cabins in the back of our house, 7 for girls, 7 for boys, and they're like an acre away from each other. And they would run the camp through because we had so much land. They did that, and the thing is, the horse is a little different because we hire people, like 2 to 3 people, to sit in the stables and take care of the horses over the summer because it's fucking hot. It's fucking hot. They need to be fucking fed. And there's probably like 200 kids all being like, "Hey, when are we ready to fucking horse?" Oh, actually, I'll say there's 200 kids, and maybe 120 of them want to ride a horse because apparently horse fears is like a really big thing. I didn't understand that. A lot of kids are afraid to get on the horse, but it's so like the thing is we had 7 horses, and the horses would be taken care of, groomed, fucking fed, everything. You
also need that like social interaction, so they're not wigged out around people. You need that constant human interaction, touching them and nurturing them and giving them attention so they get used to that social interaction between them and a human being. Because another fun fact, dude, horses and humans, they aren't the same species.
They aren't?
They aren't.
Jeez, dude, my life's gonna fucking...
It's like a mind-blowing episode.
It is.
It's just crazy. It's fucking crazy, dude. Horses aren't people.
Dude.
They're food.
Meatballs. Swedish meatballs. IKEA.
But yeah, like horses have handlers. You got farm hands that constantly feed them, interact with them, take them out. They're not always, caged up in their pens or their stalls. Not a pen, stall. It's called a stall for them.
We didn't even tie our horses up when they were in stalls. We actually they had their own.
Yeah.
They just they weren't tied to anything.
Instead of being in the concrete jungle, Manhattan, Central Park.
For real. I mean, that's the other thing is like grass is so much easier on like that thing's hooves than fucking concrete.
Dude, do you think Santa cycles out his reindeer, or is he also an animal abuser?
Man, they get a fucking year-long break.
They gotta fucking fly.
Yeah.
They also gotta land on metal roofs. They gotta stay stable on those metal roofs,
Yeah, but they get a year-long break.
I don't know, man.
They work 1 day in the year, bro. If I could do that. If I had to work 24 hours straight for 1 day and it's like the most intensive work in my life, I would do it. And then I'd take a year off. Fuck it. The fuck?
I know.
You wouldn't do that?
Yeah,
you wouldn't do that.
I mean...
Well, my life would be... Let's say they pay you starting salary and you can get raises, but the starting salary... You get done that work day, and they give you $120K cash. Well, I mean, that's what taxes. So you were holding on to like what, $100,000 cash at the end of the day for that 1 day, and then you gotta wait a year.
I had to really focus on like financing for a year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But
I would give myself $1,000 a month. For fun money. Yeah.
Okay. That's doable.
Oh, it's still doable,
That's
bro.
doable. Yeah, I'll be a underwater miner, or what those guys.
Nah,
call
fuck all that bullshit. I said
welders.
work 1 day.
Okay, but there's no job that a human being does work 1 day.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm saying your hands and knees, gag in your mouth, flying around the world in 1 night, delivering.
It's an average
Getting
Sunday.
whipped right in the back by a big fat old man.
He's just giving her.
And you
corn.
go every time you get hit, you go Undava.
Oh, that's very good.
No, yeah, dude. No, yeah. I was gonna say like, and when the summer camp wasn't happening and the horses weren't being used like that, I fed them. It was like taking care of a fucking dog. I mean, you don't really need to do much. You low key. So we had a handler that was with us, and they would come around every. I don't really remember because I was so young, but they would come around every so often to replace their horseshoe, groom, check for
Mhm.
lumps, make sure they don't have like knots in their back and stuff. Like horse chiropractic, which I think has been more popular now because of TikTok, but it's a fucking real thing. Horses, they work a lot. It's a workhorse for a reason. And the thing is, in the summer months when they weren't doing that shit, I would go feed them. My parents would be like, "Hey, could you go feed the horses?" And I go, "Yes." And I just walk out of the house and I'd put the shit in their bowls. Make them.
I feel like I'd spend a lot of time doing that if I had horses.
I did, yeah, I did. I hung out with the horses because I thought it was fucking cool as shit.
So I've never rode a horse. I've never really been around a horse.
Really,
Mm-mm.
horses are very
Never really
sweet
felt it.
animals too, which is very odd. The fact that they could legitimately kill us.
And they have.
Yeah, like in a single second, they could just fucking. My sister got bucked. You know what bucked means?
Yeah.
Yeah, so another thing, if you're ever in a horse barn and horses are eating or their back is turned to you, you tap the top of their, like where their tail is, like here's their butt and here's the tail coming out. You tap here and you go behind, you tap them because if they feel the floor move or anything in the barn, they will kick.
Freak out.
They'll kick, yeah. My sister didn't do that shit, bro. She got bucked right, right in her fucking sternum, and like the after whiplash of it curling its leg knocked her jaw, bro. I was there. We were kids. I watched this bitch get taken off the floor, and it was by we had a retired racehorse who the kids weren't allowed to ride because he doesn't know how to trot. He just like
Oh, he just goes fast.
well, he doesn't like sprint fast, but yeah, he won't. Like he'll walk.
He won't.
He'll walk and or you hit and you don't hit him, but we didn't do whips at our place.
If you ride him, you do a little kicking on the sides.
Yeah,
Little like.
yeah. So what we do, we didn't have whips at our place, and we obviously didn't have stirrups and shit. We didn't do all that bullshit, but we did commands and stuff, and then yeah. So Shogun, because he was a racehorse, you kick him, and
Dude, his name's Shogun.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking hard name.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking, it's just my horse Shogun.
Yeah, dude. I remember when we moved, it was really fucking
Just
sad.
use money.
I got to ride Shogun one time, and it was because so the only way you could ride him as like my age, because I was like first grade, you muzzle them with that little tarp thing they put over their mouth, and like, they have the eye goggle thing. You ever seen a horse race and they have like eye goggles on?
No, I've seen the blinders.
Yeah. They have blinders,
direction.
and do you also know what that is?
Hmm?
Do you know why that is? The blinders.
Yeah, it keeps their vision like it keeps them focused on.
Yeah,
what's
and
ahead of
also
them
horses will
does it distract
horses
themselves.
freak out if they get because they don't see. I mean, they can see forward, but if they get near a horse and their heads touch, they like fucking tweak.
Oh, okay.
But also, like most horses, they have like these like mesh goggles, so like wind and all that.
I
Bugs.
remember that from Racing Stripes, the movie about that zebra that races.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Jesus. But yes, no,
Yeah.
fucking yeah, no, like I got to ride Shogun, so we put a muzzle in. There's a tarp thing, and it like attaches to the muzzle. But we just put the tarp on his face, and it has like you tie like a rope around it, and if Shogun was muzzled, and someone was walking him, because right as you tell kids they can't ride Shogun because he's too fast, every single kid's gonna be like, I want to ride Shogun,
I can ride him.
Yeah, no, for real, that was me too. And then like all the kids didn't know because I didn't say anything. Also, like I feel like I got made fun of a lot when I was younger, but and they I got to ride Shogun because we fucking owned the damn horse. So
It's my property.
yeah, for real. So I got to ride Shogun a couple times, and then I remember the farmhand that was working there. He took the muzzle off, just put a saddle on Shogun, sat on his back, and fucking he like walked out of the barn, and then he went like he goes, you go or whatever, or he make a noise, and he took right the fuck off, dude, and right into the sunset. It was the most beautiful thing in the world. But I'll end with this: my horse. Obviously, it wasn't mine because no one bought it for me, but like the ones we took care of and stuff. My sister had a horse. Her horse had it wasn't a miniature horse, but it was a stunted horse, like kind of like a runt of a litter, and it was very small, but not as small as a miniature horse. And that horse's name was Cricket, and my sister's cat's name is Cricket, who is currently 21 years old, and she's gonna fucking die in a minute.
Jesus.
And my horse's name was Beans, and it was a white horse with black hair under the white. So if you like rustled this thing, it looked like it had spots. And the reason they called it Beans because that horse had a gastro problem, and that's why I picked Beans.
All right, Beans.
It farted a lot.
Is he like a stallion, like a southern horse?
I wish.
Damn.
Have you ever been downtown in the South?
No, but I know you have. Let's talk about your trip.
You, dude.
I gotta get my own TED Talk.
What do you mean? You should be a DJ. That's what it is. You keep transitioning. I feel like I just talked about fucking horse. I'm gonna be a horse girl now. People are gonna say that shit to me. I don't tell people I've ever had horses. I usually don't because I'm like, oh yeah, I used to like own a horse. They're like, wow, that's crazy. What kind of horse? I go, I don't know. Because I don't. But I actually love those things. But this
Eastbourne, Wind River stallion from the Great Plains. And they're like, oh.
And then they start fucking like.
You like anal?
Yeah, I'm for real. That's like the next question. Like, you ever seen horse porn, dude? That shit's crazy.
You ever seen that dude who got fucked to death by a horse?
I thought it was a girl.
No, it was a dude.
Oh.
He was a Boeing engineer, dude.
Go off.
Yeah. He died from eternal bleeding.
Dude, it's so, I mean, hey, everyone that's listening out there, your anus can expand to 8 inches or 6 in diameter.
Well, it was over 8 or 6 because that guy died from it. So.
Well, no, the horse's penis isn't as big. I've seen a fucking horse's. We milked Shogun.
I know. I watched Jackass 2.
Well, no, I'm telling you, we milked Shogun.
Yeah, it's a normal thing.
Yeah, he was a racehorse. Why wouldn't we milk
They
him?
put it in the fake vagina.
Yeah, dude, it's a giant pocket pussy. It's huge.
Yeah, and then they got the little tip that just goes.
Yeah, it's so weird, dude. Horses' cocks are like really long, and then like you know how we have like a head. Like, well, sorry, I'll do this. We have a head.
There's
like flat, and it has like the ridge, and then it's just fucking
massive.
I don't know. It looks like it looks like this.
It's like the power up in Mario. It's the mushroom,
but with a flat head, no rounded top.
Yeah,
it's kind of fucking.
Horse cocks.
I will say, I also feel like I've been talking quite a bit, dude.
Dude, I had such a good transition. We got back on the.
Okay, yes. So yes, I went. Okay, so I've been downtown where I live in Alabama, but I finally went to a bigger part of Alabama, and I had a time, dude. I had a really good time. But the thing is, I just noticed a bunch of differences between New England and the South. Well, obviously there's a lot of difference, but I think mine was I feel like I'm just very open and kind of accepting of everything. I don't like if someone says something to me or something that sounds weird, I probably will ask, be like, you know, did you mean that? Or like, you know, like what the fuck, what did you just say to me? Or like I don't understand you. So I went downtown at this place, and I was already drunk because we were pre-gaming at this other place, because I can't say where I was, because the place where I was, I'm probably never allowed back to. Yeah, so I'm not allowed back at this place that I was at, and you can let your mind run rampant with that one if you'd like. But I don't think I am. I mean, I highly doubt.
They got a picture of you on the wall now.
Probably actually. But yeah, it was my fault. I mean, I made the mistake. But yeah, no, like the things I noticed, like going out, I went to a bar that had like a dance floor, and the dance floor like lit up. It was like one of those old 80s dance floors, and like every spot had its own thing. It was like checkered and shit. And it was so cool. So I go over and I start dancing, bro, and everyone just fucking was like this. Like they were all standing on it, not moving, just fucking
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Yeah, dude, for real. And then like I went over and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not bad at dancing, I don't think. I mean, I've had good feedback everywhere I've really gone. But there we go. But the thing is, yeah, I just was like, oh, you know, and I started dancing, and then like this other guy's, oh fuck yeah, and he starts going, we're like dancing shit. I'm like throwing him shit, and he like not like actually throwing him, like, you know, he's like going, we do our thing, and people are like around us like this, and they start going like they have drinks and they start going like. But the thing is, like, we're not dancing well, okay? So then I'm like, all right, let me just try some shit. So I was like, back up. I jump as high as I can and then land on my hands and my chest, and then I start doing a worm, like slow as shit backwards, right? Doing that, it was working with the song, everything was fine, and then everyone went like, we're like, woo! And I stopped, started going again, and then I finally like kind of stopped. I looked around. Everyone was like this. They were like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's the problem? And they're like, do that again. And they all had their phones out. I'm like, dude, why don't you dance? I feel like I even said to my friend, I was like, dude, like I want to get the energy up in here because no one's fucking moving. Like, I mean, I'm used to going to clubs and like everyone's like, bah, 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 everyone's going. It doesn't even matter if you're good at dancing or not. If you just fucking, even if you're bad at dancing, honestly, sometimes it's like the best dances. You just, you know, you're just like going this shit, dude. Like people like come up to you and like, that's fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, I was so uncomfortable, and I was like, give me a minute. I'm not just gonna do it, and then, especially if the song's not right to it, you know. And I did it again. It was weird. I did it again. I felt like I had a fucking tungsten stage light in my fucking face. It's like so many phones that are like, and I know their captions like, yo, crazy night, bro. Like, we're all dancing. You're not. All of you were sitting there and
tonight's a movie.
Yeah, for real. I was like, all of you were sitting like wallflies, and fucking, you're just not moving. It was very odd. I thought that was very odd, and I also thought it was odd that like the so in New England we cuss a lot. I don't know if you live in New England and you think that you don't cuss that much. Move to a place that fuck isn't a filler for a pause, because it is. You just go, oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
You know, and where I got in trouble was someone said something to me, and it was like they were poking fun at me, and I was like, oh, go fuck yourself, which is to me endearing. It's like a friendship. I go, oh, fuck you, like Spencer, say something like kind of mean.
Dude, your beard isn't lined well right now.
I'd be like, oh, fuck you, dude. Didn't say it harsh. I go, oh, go fuck yourself. I did that, and someone was like, why the fuck would you say that to me? And I was like, oh. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, offend you. That, like, yeah. And like, it's just so odd. And I know there's probably clubs in Alabama that probably do dance and do that shit. But, like, everyone seems kind of, like, conceited here about like going and doing stuff. Also, I'm not in a college, so, and I probably live in like one of the worst states for young people trying to have fun because everyone's old. But it's like it was just very interesting to me. It was very odd. I just didn't find that. But I know for a fact Spencer doesn't fucking dance.
What are you talking about? I kicked down somebody's door and performed a lap dance.
Please tell them about that,
what
bro.
What are you talking about?
Please tell them about that, bro. That was so fucking funny, bro.
About that whole situation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
playing the game Pokemon. There's a board game.
We're playing the game Pokemon.
The board game, a drinking board game.
Drinking board game. It's in Maine. I don't know if I heard about it through you.
It's online. Really, you can download it and print it.
Yeah, so we were playing that. It was a party that I was at. Josh invited me, and playing Pokemon, and usually a game that you get very, very inebriated really fucking quick playing. And what was it? I landed on like some square, and like somebody had to dare me to do something.
No, you land on the square. I'll tell you, it's great. It's like this person has to have a song picked by the group, and then they dance to it.
Oh yeah, and somebody picked a song, and my
very sexual song.
It was a very sexual song. My girlfriend was there, and I think I brought a 18-pack of beer, plus shit we had from earlier in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had all of it, so I think I'm like 24 drinks in. I've been drinking since like 4 p.m. And I just decided that to dance my song, I was gonna do a striptease. And the beginning was me just going outside of his apartment, and I was like, I'm gonna kick the door in, and I'm gonna come in like dramatic.
The door was shut though. This door was like clicked shut. That was like so.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
no,
it was.
Bad about it.
No, because the door doesn't really work. It's clicked shut, but you can hit it open. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like cracked. It was like shut.
Yeah, so I kicked the door in, but I kicked it too hard, so it bounced back when I tried to walk in. So I had to kick it again. And I tore off my shirt and formed a lap dance, and then.
Dude, best night of my life. Really.
I think I threw up.
Yeah.
Well.
No, dude. And also, I think at this time, this is not the first time we hung out. I mean, we went to like dinners and stuff, but it was like one of the first times you hung out with my friends at the time, because now we're all friends.
I think it was.
I
think it was the second time.
Yeah.
Because I think the first time, like, we showed up and they're like, "Oh, we're all gonna go to bed," and we were like, "No." Then we went to, because we don't live there anymore. Fuck it. Can I just say where we went?
Yeah.
We went to OTO.
Yeah, that place is fucking closed. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Sucks.
Yeah.
You know what OTO is? It's the best place to get like crazy ass pizza.
Yeah, like seasonal, weird, experimental
Ragoon pizzas.
Yeah. The
pizza.
Thanksgiving pizza was probably like the craziest seasonal pizza they had. I fucking thought that was insane.
They had crazy seasonal. They also had the best bone-in wings in Maine. You don't think? I haven't had better bone-in wings.
You know, I'll just agree with you because I don't eat bone-in. I do now because I live in the fucking South, and you know.
I never did because I always got boneless.
I always got boneless, yeah.
Being with Kat, she always got bone-in, and like she was like, "These are the best ones." Someone broke into Josh's house, but they had the best bone-in wings, but they also had pickled wings.
And when he says pickle, they're dill pickled seasoned.
No, they were soaked in pickle brine, and then the dredge and all this applied, and they fry it and they put in dill pickle ranch. So those wings are soaked in pickle brine.
That's how you're. I mean, you're like good at frying stuff. I mean, you should probably do that with chicken anyway. It's fucking fantastic. But no, dude. Yeah, I'm saying like I'm saying like they are. Yeah, like you said, they're tossed in so fucking. Good. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's some of the best food you could have gotten in Old Town Maine.
For a good price too. Seriously, wasn't that bad.
It was good price until the wing prices started going up, and then like a small of like 8 wings bone in was like $15.
Yeah, and they even posted something. I remember they posted on Instagram. They're like, listen, this is the price of buying this when we opened, and this is how it is now. And like we did the same math and just put it up where it is, and they're like, we all have to like do this and this and that. We're so sorry. And do you think that's why they closed?
I don't know. In all honesty, I think stuff just got so expensive for them, and it sucks that they closed. I really am gonna miss that place a lot. But no, yeah, I think we walked there.
We did.
No, we got driven there.
Someone drove us, and then we walked home. We walked back to my place.
Apparently we did. I remember doing that.
Yeah, I pissed on the dumpster outside of the police station.
I remember before leaving, like reaching behind the bar and grabbing the Jello shots from Halloween, and then taking like 3 back at your place, and then being like, "I'll be right back."
Yeah, and then you vomited.
And I just puked.
And then I was playing.
We're playing Castle Crashes.
We were playing Castle Crashes, and then we stopped because you had puke, and then I started playing Deathloop. And then
I think I was just like laying.
Yeah, and then you called your girlfriend, and you were telling her how much you loved her and everything, and then it was really sweet, and I'm just sitting there fucking killing random people, you know. I've never had love ever in my life. I don't understand what that feels like.
Yeah. That's sad.
No, yeah, I know. I've fallen in love before, but I mean, fuck it. That was a minute.
Best thing about tonight, we're not fighting.
I wanted to sing that at my church.
Could it be? Could it be that we had?
But yeah, no, man. I mean, that's.
But yeah, that's how I did striptease.
But I do want to say, I mean, fucking, we're 138. I'll say this because I think this is really cool, and I'm actually really happy about it. Last weekend, I flew to Baltimore and saw my friend Nate. Shout out Nate. Fucking love you. Also, shout out Morgan, dude. Fucking, you were amazing, dude. You guys' hospitality was insane. I had such a great time. But I got to see Baltimore a little bit. I didn't like stay in Baltimore too much with them, but we like went to Baltimore like twice. And then I stayed in Pennsylvania, on the border of Pennsylvania pretty much. And then one day we spent in Pennsylvania, and they brought me to my first vineyard. We went to a fucking castle in the mountains in Pennsylvania, which was fucking insane. And we just like drank a bunch of wine, dude, and everything was so damn cheap, which was insane too. I mean, well, what I think is cheap. Dude, a flight for like the mason jars of wine. You just pick the wines you want. They pour them the whole flight. Even if a bottle's like, you know, like $60, the flight is $8 exact every time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
which was cool.
These spot flights.
So I've only bought one flight, and then I found the one I really liked, and I bought 2 bottles of it. And
now Josh is a wine guy.
I am a wine guy. I mean, I said that, I think, in the last one. I'm like, trying to get into wine, and they brought me there, man. I had such a great time. They're so great to talk to. I think, like, the conversation, that means more to me than, like, going out to parties and stuff, and it's, like, having these conversations, and I think that's also, like, why Spencer and I get along so well, and why we do this podcast, you know, is having these conversations. I think they're great. So that was amazing, and then the cool part, we went to DC, and I've always wanted to go to DC. The train ticket was like fucking $22 out of Baltimore, dude. Got there in 45 minutes. The train, dude, I don't know if you've been on an Amtrak in the United States, but they're fucking nice. There's a cafe in it. You do whatever. And I've been on a lot of them. Also, there's one in Maine. You know, there's one that goes all the way up to like Augusta or Freeport, and it can bring you to Logan Airport in Boston.
Oh, I thought it was Portland.
No, you can get it in Freeport.
Oh
yeah.
No, I knew there was a train.
It's not in Portland. It's in Scarborough and Saco.
Yeah,
you have to like get out of
there.
You have to get out of Portland a little bit.
I've had like family members be like, "Yeah, we should just like drive down to Saco and take the Amtrak and spend the day in Boston and come home."
No, I'm seriously.
It's like that's not gonna happen.
Why?
No, because Saco is what, almost 3 hours away,
dude.
You gotta wake up. I went
to
Saco, drop off that vehicle, take an Amtrak to Boston, which is probably gonna take you another 2 hours.
It is 2 hours, exactly.
So there's already, you get up at 6, you're in Boston at 11, then you gotta do all your time in Boston. You're gonna be in Boston 2 hours.
Oh, were they saying leave from?
It's a day trip.
No, they're saying leave. Where are they leaving from? Originally before the train.
Oh, where I'm from.
Fuck no, fuck that.
Fuck that. That's Greater Bangor.
I'd rather sleep. I'd rather go and sleep and then go back.
Yeah, you know, they're like, let's do a day trip. And it's like, you're not gonna do a day trip.
You would be
like that. That's impossible.
No, it's fucking dude. The fuck where Nate lived, we drove legitimately to that place. I think it was like 55 minutes to an hour and 5 minutes to the train station. There was a 45. Actually, the train ride was technically 39 minutes. Yeah, it was 39 minutes. It was just late to one of the stops. It was late because you know they have to help people get on. But yeah, dude, it was fucking. And we spent like 9 or 8 hours in DC and just saw all the sights. So we just did sightseeing stuff, and then we ended up going to a rooftop restaurant bar, which was fucking gorgeous, dude. You get the whole view of like the monument, the Capitol building. You can see you can see the top of the White House. It was fucking, and the thing is that I just don't understand is the actual architecture that's like in the United States. Like I see like architecture in the United States, and every state's different. I know like Maine houses are very Victorian, and modern houses are starting to come up a little bit, but like older houses are very Victorian style. And just going to DC and being like, this looks so fucking different. This looks so crazy different. I mean, every city has its flaws, but it is just. it was just mind blowing. Like you go see the Capitol building, and I'm like, holy fucking dick. Like holy fucking dick, dude. This place is fucking huge. The marble, it's fucking wow. I just was like in awe, and I thought it was amazing. And I tried to see Joe, little sleepy Joe, and I couldn't see him. I asked around for him and everything, and that didn't work out. So.
Damn, I saw some architecture this last weekend too. I saw the loon in Lincoln, Maine. That was like cool looking. It's the big old loon at the intersection.
Yeah.
Went to the Hanford there, stopped at the McDonald's and got a.
How was the McDonald's? How was the architecture of the McDonald's?
Spent some of my 10,000 points on my app. Got a free quarter pounder.
Dude, there ain't nothing better than that, really.
Lincoln, Maine.
Stinking Lincoln, dude.
Dude, Lincoln's ass. Lincoln's a horrible place.
It is actually. That place
so
fucking
bad.
sucks.
It's such a bad place.
I've always thought Lincoln was fucking shit. That's why they call it Stinking Lincoln.
It is shit. It is just. I mean, it was stinking Lincoln because of the mill. Mill's not there anymore. It still stinks.
Yeah, because people smell like fucking garbage.
It literally just smells like cigarette butts and gonorrhea. So all it smells like.
I don't know what gonorrhea smells like. But I know
It's not
I know
good.
what AIDS smells like.
What does it smell like?
Gonorrhea.
Fuck.
No, dude, yeah, Lincoln's fucking gross. Every time we went to Lincoln, honestly, I feel like what you just said, it's like totally correct. And I think that like if you met someone from Lincoln, they would be like, well, that's the way life should be. No, we should. They do have some pure. They have pretty pure air.
Should be. If you ain't shooting up every night and
you're double wide, you ain't fucking
going out, you're double wide that you don't own, that you're renting,
that you're squatting in.
Just squatting in. Yeah, it's Lincoln.
Dude, Lincoln's fucking tough. It's
got a nice lake.
I mean, they have beautiful camps.
Beautiful
camps.
Beautiful
They
lakes.
get out of the fucking city. Not even a city. They have a grocery store. I'm pretty sure it's just called Meats. Isn't it just called Meat?
No, it's Hanford.
No.
They get a Hanny's.
Yeah, they have one, but there's a store that everyone goes to, and it's just called like Meat.
It's like Ham's beer.
Yeah, yeah, it's like drinks and meat. I know it says meat somewhere, and it's fucking gross. I went in there. I used to deliver beer around the state. That was my job. Shout out Pine State, baby. But the thing is, we went in there, and I remember it might even be owned by Hannaford, but the meat section, they call it, like on the outside on the delivery dog place, there's still like the sign, and if you drive on the road, you can see it. So it's like meats and more or something like that. But no,
I'm looking.
It was fucking nasty.
Right now,
you see it?
Lincoln does have the Forester Pub, which has good food.
I mean, every place has got that one spot that's.
They got a Martin's. God damn.
That's big. That's big news.
I mean, Martin's does kind of fuck.
But the thing is, no, I would go there and I'd go, I have to walk through the meat section to get to the fucking beer section, like put the beer down and stock it and shit. And the thing is, fucking the meat had flies all around it. It was fucking covered, and there's people going in there like, oh my god, is this a 50-pound bag of hamburger for $20? This is insane. Yes, I'll take it, and it's fucking rotting.
It's gonna expire in like 3 days.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking nasty. Unless you're feeding a village, dude. Why do you need fucking 50 pounds of hamburger? What the fuck?
When I took photojournalism senior year of college, we brought up Jake before, but Jake was in it with me. And we had the bright idea to literally listen in on police scanners to try to get some photojournalism. And we
That's
weren't
actually
able to do it
fucking sick, dude.
We had like the whole code up. We were in K Park.
Yep.
It's K Park, but called K Park. Remember, we had like the whole key up for like the cop dialogue in Maine. And there was one call, but it was in Lincoln, Maine. We really wanted to go to. It was a DUI driver who was armed and shooting out of his window while drinking and driving in Lincoln, Maine.
Dude, there ain't nothing better than drinking and driving. Let me tell you that right now. You ever been driving around? You find it kind of boring. You get really bored on a trip, and you're just like, oh, this is gonna take too long. Fucking start drinking.
Yeah.
Give her the corn. Give her the corn. Promotes.
Give her the fucking corn.
I'm not gonna say that, but no, yeah.
Give her the corn. Drink some corn vodka.
Oh fuck, dude, no. But no, yeah. I mean, dude, did you go see any of those like police calls that were around your area? Did you go like watch any of them?
Nothing interesting happened.
Like public indecency.
Bangor's pretty tame,
dude. I remember
we did it for a few nights, and the closest thing we had was like, somebody had called in a fire, and it was just like smoke coming from like the laundry unit. Like the cop was like, "No, it's nothing." And we were like, "Well, fuck." And after that, I was like, "We should probably get our assignment done for the week."
Yeah.
So,
dude, I
unfortunately, Lincoln's where it's at for DUI drivers who are armed and dangerous.
Dude, that place fucking fucks, dude. Go to Lincoln, Maine. If you ever visit Maine, that's probably like the #1 spot to go.
Yeah, you should stay there.
Yeah.
Talk to the locals. Go out after dark.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Just walk around with your wallet out. They'll actually give you money.
It's a great place.
They don't have it.
After dark, it's really not that bad. Maine's not that bad at all, honestly. But I would say Lincoln. I mean,
the further north you go, the less secure I feel if I'm out at night.
I would say only the reason I'd be less secure is probably just drunk assholes being like, "Yo, I could shoot you and kill you if I wanted." They kind of just like,
don't go to the coast. Holy shit. Like Deer Isle.
Oh yeah, never been.
It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Do not drive past like 10 o'clock because they will be drunk on the roads.
Yeah.
I knew a lot of people. Apparently, didn't know them, but I knew a lot of people in the south or coastal area of Maine. That,
oh yeah, dude, you talking about the south?
18 years old, dying in DUI accidents, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
that's
in
fun.
The south here too, like where I live. Yeah, there's drunk drivers all the time. I see them constantly, dude. There's like, you go out on a weekend, and there's like nothing to do where I live, and yeah, they're everywhere, dude. They're fucking everywhere, actually. I'll be like at the drive-through, and you know, fucking what a burger. Yeah, I see a fellow drunk driver. I roll down the window, and I go like this, and I pull out a piece, and they pull out their piece, and we go, ha.
You get a 4x4 Whataburger.
Dude, Whataburger's fucking absolute slop, and I love it.
I've heard it's just complete ass.
Yeah, that's a lot of people say. I actually heard someone say today, at the conference, someone that wasn't from here was like, "Hey, I've heard the Whataburger's good," and the lady that was doing, there's an omelet bar, and like obviously like they hire people like to cater the food, and the lady was like, "Dude, if you have never had Whataburger, you gotta try it because you'll like it, but like after you live here, you won't."
Yeah, like a first time try.
Yeah.
I feel the way about Shake Shack now. I had like a Shake Shack burger like 2 months ago. After a while of not having it, and I had it, and I was like, eh.
Really?
So this is. I was like. I mean, I also got the special burger of the month, which was like a white cheddar bourbon barbecue onion ring burger. And I got it, and I was like, eh. I guess like a normal Shack burger is good.
I was gonna have Shake Shack when I was in DC. It was in the gorgeous train station, by the way. I was in the train station, I saw a Shake Shack, and I brought it up and said that was really good. And when we went to the airport restaurant, I bought this thing, and I thought it was going to be chutney and grilled, chicken thighs, all this stuff with like things, and it was actually a sandwich. Apparently, I didn't know that, and the fucking sandwich is as big as my damn head. And I finished the whole thing, and then when we walked back, I looked at Shake Shack, and I was like, man, you're probably not going to see this shit again for quite a while.
It's good.
And I didn't go in. I was just like, I can't, dude. I was like, I'm so fucking stuffed. We were like about to go home, so I was like, oh, fuck all this. I'm just sad.
I would say Shake Shack. I've also never had In-N-Out, so.
Me neither.
Yeah, I gotta try In-N-Out. I've just heard that Shake Shack's better.
I've heard actually.
And it is. East Coast is better in all ways.
Yeah, dude.
West Coast is full of a bunch of
We have more
liberals.
beautiful women, beautiful men, beautiful sights. All you guys got is what? A beach with sand?
And you're on a fault line.
And you get forest
LA
fires.
sucks.
LA sucks. Oregon is beautiful.
You can also do drugs legally there.
That is facts. Maybe it's actually better.
me Forrest Whitaker.
But I mean, hey man, I think I'm all set. If you're all set, should we call it a day?
We're 2 hours in.
Yeah, man.
Getting good at this. Let's see what that Italian is.
That was fucking gross. What was that?
That was my ass.
I thought you burped, bro.
No, that was my ass.
What in the fuck, dude?
It's all about getting the right structural integrity underneath and just, you gotta ricochet. What was that?
I thought you were texting George.
No.
Oh. Well, I was just trying to end it. I was saying, if you're good, I'm good. I mean, fucking...
The queen is dead.
Queen is dead. Horses are dead in New York.
What do we care more about?
Marriage or horses? Or that girl that died over in England? You decide.
Blue pill or red pill?
Yeah. Matrix.
They say free the nipple. I say free Andrew Tate.
They say...
So I can fight him.
They say that...
Chivalry's dead.
Yeah.
This has been your boy.
What's the guy's name that killed kids and he was wearing a clown costume and like he put them in the floorboards?
Oh, I could literally remember it. I am John Wayne Gacy.
Some say John Wayne Gacy's guilty.
You know what I think?
I think he's... What do you think?
He's just a clown in the sewers.
I think he's innocent.
I think he's dead, actually. I think he's dead.
Yeah, he shouldn't have died. He's innocent.
Alright. This has been your boy, a.k.a. Straight Off the Res, a.k.a. turning that skinwalker into my skin bitch, a.k.a. turning that Wendigo into that Wendigo dick. Signing off, giverdacorn.
Yeah, Spencer and I are straight off the res. We'll catch you in
Yes.
another one.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Good night.